Alabama versus Missouri. This game was never in doubt. I knew before the week even started we was gonna win this game because of all the injuries that Missouri had. I think they was down there starting receiver and starting running back, and the quarterback was hurt and injured before he even uh, entered the stadium. I didn't even know he was gonna play. That was a game time decision. Um, but everything went as expected because they just didn't have the manpower to deal with Alabama. But what I was looking for is to see were we able to take advantage of them early. I mean, of course, we started slow. I think we only scored 3 points in the first half. Yeah, 3 points. First quarter, that is, and scored 10 in the second quarter. It's a slow start. Our defense played great. Um, Malachi Moore had a great performance. I still think that our tight end, Dupree, is not getting enough touches. I think he needs to be a vital part of the offense in order for us to be successful going forward. Miro was decent. I thought it could have been better. Um, Overall, I think the team responded well, and coaching wise, I think the play calling was a lot better because they didn't pass the ball 45 times. It was like 26. Even before the game was even over, I can tell just from the game. I didn't even know the count. I knew he didn't throw the ball over 30. He didn't make over 30 passes, and they ran the ball a lot more. I mean, they didn't have a spectacular time on the ground because I think um, Miller had like 11 carries for 48 yards. Um, who else? But it was overtime when they really needed those yards. And I think as long as you keep pounding the ball, eventually they're gonna break open, just like they did in the fourth quarter. But I'm pretty much satisfied with this game. I knew they was gonna win. It just how we gonna look winning. Um, I think I think may have been a little hard on DeBoer at first. DeBoer, I'm not getting to pronounce his name right. But I think this guy give him a little time because, as it turns out, there's no easy games on the schedule. Everybody is good, as we saw with Texas. They barely won yesterday. Who else? Ohio State. They barely won yesterday. So I guess we look at that loss from Vandy. Vanderbilt just played a real good game, and we did. We played a terrible game against Vandy. I think if we had played up to our standards, we probably would have won the game, but it wouldn't have been easy as it usually is. So as it stands now, I think we're in decent shape. I was definitely hoping for LSU to lose so we can hopefully beat them next week. At least that's one team we won't have to worry about being. We'll be ahead of them in standing. I don't know how our odds are of making to the SEC championship. I think we're gonna have to go undefeated for the rest of the season and hope we get a little help from somebody. But we're gonna need some help from somebody. But I think we played a great game, especially defensively. Our defensive line stepped up, and I love the blitzing. If I had my way, I have them blitz every play. Um, but overall, I was satisfied. You can't really complain because they're not out there playing against kids. They're playing against guys who want to win just as bad as they do. We're great athletes, side just as big, and I'm satisfied with the win. We needed that win, and so hopefully that propelled us into a great game next week against LSU. I think it's LSU next week. Um, yeah, I think it is LSU, if I'm not mistaken. But moving forward, I have high hopes for the team. Now, I think we can do it because either the conference as a whole is just way better than it used to be, or teams like Texas and Ohio State and Michigan, they're not as great as advertised, especially after the beatdown Texas took from Georgia. I think everybody's beatable if you don't come with your A game. So there might be some hope for us yet. I'm very satisfied with the team. They didn't force feed Ryan the ball again this week. I didn't realize the guy had 20 attempts last week. against Tennessee. Now that's a lot. I think they did a good job of getting all the other receivers into the game, and I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I'm looking forward to the next game. Let me see who they playing this week. I have no idea. I thought it was LSU. I thought it was LSU. Who do we play this week? But if it's not LSU, whoever we play, I'm looking forward to it. Now, what I do think, I think Texas A&M going to be a problem if we run into them. Because we do have LSU next. I thought it was LSU. I didn't want to be mistaken. LSU, Mercer, Oklahoma. Yeah, now LSU going to be a tough out. Then you got to go down there play them in Baton Rouge. But I think we can do it. The thing about LSU now, they start kind of like we do. They don't just break the game open in the first and second quarter. They'll score some points and then they'll just go stale for a little while. And then they'll wake up in the fourth quarter and start slinging the ball all over the place. But think about their quarterback, what's his name? I can't think of the guy's name. But he is liable to throw some interceptions. And I hope he throw about 3 or 4 against us. So, great game yesterday. I think if we get past LSU, I think we should be able to beat those Mercer, Oklahoma, and Auburn. That you never know with the Auburn game. With that being said, I don't think the season is done yet. I think everybody is capable of beating everybody, and I think maybe we kind of like shot the gun too fast at the beginning of the season, knowing we don't lose 2 games this early. But I think there's a lot of parity now. So every game you got to play a great game, play the best you can, or else you're gonna end up losing. So I'm pretty much I'm stoked. I'm kind of excited for the next couple of games. And if we don't make the SEC championship, I think if we go win out, I think we should at least make the playoff. That's the most important thing. Let me know what you think. If it's your first time watching, please like the video and subscribe. And I will see you on the next video.